Yes.
Great. Take a minute of time and we'll answer this question. Once you read the question, choose an answer and you can put it in the chat box, either A, B, C, or D. Let's give a few more seconds as more people want to answer. I would expect everyone try your best. Even if it is wrong, it's completely fine. Just give a try. All right, then let's take a look. First question, answering to the question. Before we jump to the answer, let's understand the question. One of you, help me. What is the problem statement in this question? What is the core problem in this question mentioned here? Any one of you? Or let me make the question a bit more simple. Who is being targeted in this question? Who is the target in this question? Is it project manager? Is it the project team? Is it a project itself?
It's a project team, basically.
Okay. So the team is being targeted.
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer should come from team's perspective. You got that? Yeah, while reading the question, I would have said something like when you read a question, first look at who is being targeted. Do we have someone who from recent new batch, that is from the April batch? Do you have people here? We have people here. Very good. Nice. What are the key points you learned yesterday? While you read the question, what are the key things you have to watch out? Number one.
You will identify the question that what is the exact question.
Okay.
Keywords.
Who is being
Keywords.
targeted?
Who is being
Okay.
targeted.
Okay. What is the second one? Tense of the question.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. And intensity of the question.
Yes.
Intensity. Yeah. Then look at the last line of the question. Last line is the question. Fifth point is elimination technique. Okay. So who is being targeted? Tense of the question, intensity of the question, last line of the question, read carefully, and elimination technique. Did any one of you follow this? You were able to follow this in the question? At least your brain processed it already? If it is done, nice. If not, first thing is you have to understand who is being targeted. So we understood the team is being targeted. What is the tense of the question? Is it something happened or going to happen?
Happened. Happened.
What is the word in this question says situation has been happened?
It's happened already. Past.
Okay. The team is being sent. Is this the one?
Team is
Yeah.
being
Yes.
sent. That is not the problem. The problem is last time something has happened which has shown some resistance.
Previous trip. Previous trip.
Previous trip. Oh, okay. So the project team is being sent overseas to lead an integration project at a subsidiary factory. Some factory they're going there. Okay, let's imagine one team is traveling from India, getting to Australia. From India to Australia, a team is going to talk something about a subsidiary factory. They have to work there. To prepare, they review. When they use the word they are talking about the team here. They review a transcript from the retrospective. What is retrospective? What retrospective means?
Past, previous.
Previous meeting.
Okay, we look back what has happened. It can be good, it can be bad. Is it possible? In a retrospective, you get both good and bad?
Yes.
Possible, right? From a previous trip to identify the main problem. I'm not interested on a good thing. I'm interested on problems. Okay. Now, question to you, is this a common scenario in the world? Is this something like this that happens in the world?
Yes.
It's not an alien subject, right? It's a very common scenario. When a team is traveling from one city to another city, one country to another country, they want to look the records of past experience. Was it good or bad? Specifically, they want to focus on the problem area. Now, question to you, why a team have to do this? Why can't they straight away travel? Why they have to do this? What's the purpose of doing this? What's the purpose of this? Okay. By the way, you are all PMP certified, right? PMP, project management professional. Why we have to do this? Keep that PMP in your mind. Why we have to do this?
Maybe the person who handled this situation is not up to the mark, and to resolve this issue, a better team has been sent to understand the
Okay.
problem and then resolve the issue.
Okay. I think a good thought you're having. But my generic thought here is when PMI Institute is asking this question, they're looking as a manager, can you bring up a best team and that can be a successful project? As we learned some time back, in the project management, we get at least a 75% of price of failing. When you say failing, it is not because of a budget. It is not because of the timeline. It could be many reasons like a communication gap. There could be responsibilities not taken in the right time, or people don't take ownership of something what they do. These are some of the reasons which we get why a project is a failing. Now, when PMI want to ask this question, the background of this question is, are you a manager who can help this team, or as a team, you are part of the team, can you think of better way of doing things? You don't want to repeat the mistakes. That's the intention of this question. Now, the first two lines says, a team is being sent overseas and they're going to work with some people, and you want to look at the retrospective. A retrospective can have both positive and negative, but I'm going to look at only on the problems. This is the statement they're given. Now comes the second line. Which problem listed below? Now the question is, which problem listed below? By the way, if I open this list of problems, I'm getting a list of items. Let's say I have 4 items here, A, B, C, D. Which problem listed below can the team approach and potentially solve using servant leadership and active listening during the iteration? In this 4 problems, which can be solved using the mindset called servant leadership? That's a question now. So all these 4 problems would exist already in the company list. Now, question is, which problem team can solve using servant leadership? Now, question back here, when I have this 5 bullet points, not always all 5 bullet points are going to be used. But still, at least we understood who is being targeted. So I have to answer from team's perspective, number 1. I should also look at the tense of the question. Rightly, you say that it doesn't happen. Team has been sent overseas. Very good. Now you have to find the intensity of the problem. Here, the intensity, they didn't go and tell that the project has been halted. They didn't say any problem, but they say that there is a problem list, which one I can pick up, which will help me for next iteration, which means it can make my team better. So the intensity is not too heavy, it's moderate. It should be used to improve my team. Now let's go for the elimination technique. By the way, have you understood the question? While you read this question, you understood 2 sentences, which says what the team is expected to do. And the last line says that what they can do with the model called servant leadership. There they stop. Now let's go for the elimination technique. Okay, meantime, I'm going for the chat box. I see Kapila is mentioning either to solve the problem or to avoid upcoming similar ones. Kapila, why you thought that's a good way that you have to forecast the problem? Why you say like that?
Because as project managers, we have to always keep in mind about the lessons that are learned from the past projects and, avoid similar situations. I mean,
Okay.
that was a thought.
Okay, I like that. It means you are expecting as a team we have to forecast. Here it's not manager, I believe. I like the way you said manager, but when you say team, manager also part of the team. And what you are saying here is forecasting. Is it your thought?
Not, I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
clear on that.
No,
Shri.
you mentioned correctly there, saying that upcoming similar ones. When you say avoid upcoming similar ones,
Yeah.
as a team, they are forecasting. When I say forecasting, you are seeing in advance.
Yes.
What if this problem could happen? What can I do? What should I do? I
Yeah.
believe that's your thought process.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Only
got it.
that yet.
Got it. Got it. I'm seeing one point from Abdul. Abdul, what do you mean by reference here?
The way they said that a previous team has been sent also. So that's why I think it is for reference also.
Very good. So you look back and come again to this. Very good. Got it. Okay, thanks for that. Ujjwal also, I think, pointing the same. Is that correct, Ujjwal? Cross-check previous issues on the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice to know. Good. Thanks for all your inputs. Now let's go for a elimination technique. Out of A, B, C, D, even though it's a problem list, this problem list in this, which you can use a servant leadership and you have to use something called active listening. Now use a elimination technique and let know which one of this will not be part of it, which cannot be used here. Which one it is? Elimination.
C.
C.
Okay, C goes out. Heat wave during site visit. So outdoor practical training was replaced by simulations. Okay, so this was a problem which happened in the previous project or a journey or a travel by the time. So you feel this is out. Why this is out? Do anyone want to justify why this is not going to be a problem to be addressed? Any thoughts?
That is nature have a little control over that.
Little control. Okay. Which means that control may not come from servant leadership. That control may not come from active listening. Is it the thought?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I consider this point. Heat wave goes out because it is not in your control. At least you can't solve in this way. Then what about other one? Any other point you see? A, B, C, C is gone. Any one more item? I heard D.
He
Is this
is
correct?
also not
D.
something can be out.
Equipment is at risk. Being is a subsidiary factory, there is some equipment. Equipment is at risk from poor quality maintenance because of ineffective training. Okay. Now, this is also not in control. Is it so?
Yeah. So servant leadership, I think it's not directly strongly connected to servant leadership.
Whether for heat wave or equipment failure, this is not connected with the servant leadership. Okay. All right. I hear this point. If everyone agrees, this is what you also feel that, then now you have a competition between two answers. One is host team is very unwilling to partner in training exercises. Look like some collaboration problems here. The next one is scheduling problems because host teams have dedicated non-working hours at different times of the day due to shift work. Here it looked like some unclear way of working. One is unclear way of working. One is unwilling to support, which is a collaboration problem. Now in this two, which one will align with servant leadership and active listening?
B can be removed because active listening is not really needed here because it's very clear that during non-working hours or different times of the
Mm,
day, it's very clear there is no need of active listening there. Maybe
mm,
we can remove that.
mm.
A requires both servant leadership and also active listening is needed, because we want to know why they are not partnering for training exercises.
Okay, okay. Okay, I hear the point. I appreciate that. Now, given an opportunity for you to re-vote again, even though we said A, B, C, and D, both are elimination, after listening all this content right now, if you're given a chance to re-vote, what is your answer?
I stand by
Can you
what we have done, like A. I stand by A.
let me see a chat box? Let me listen to your new answer after listening this conversation. What is your answer? Mm, most of you staying with the same answer. Okay, I'm getting a couple of answers here.
Still, we'll go with B, Shri.
Let's go with B. Okay. I'm hearing A. I'm hearing B. Answer A. Okay. 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 It looks that people are staying with the A mostly. I'm also hearing B. Can you tell me why you think B is a good answer? We heard about A is a good answer. Why B is a good answer? Why should we consider?
Here, I might be wrong, Shri. Hemant here.
Hmm.
Question is reflecting to agile perspective, because in the retrospective, no, sorry, the other team which has traveled, they after finding the retrospective, they found some issues. This
Hmm.
means the problems are not taken into the consideration.
Hmm.
First thing, so to understand the main problem, that is what the question is highlighting: servant leadership and active listening. So why I felt B is teams are not able to dedicate, what do we say, they're not able to give time. I mean, the problems are not being taken into consideration what they're working
Ah,
in. Yeah,
this is for the
and that is
previous
not
team
even
which
taken
is
care.
valid. Hmm.
So
Hmm. Go ahead, Hemant. Maybe I lost your voice somewhere, Hemant. Hemant, the question back
this
to
is my think.
yeah, yeah. I listen to you. Question here is there's a four problems which happened. If you read the question again, your project team is being sent to overseas to lead an integration project. To prepare, they review the transcript from the retrospective of a previous trip. Previous trip. Maybe their own team went on or some other team went on. So this problem has happened on the previous trip. Okay, which means scheduled problems because host teams have dedicated non-working hours at different times of the day due to shift work. It's something like a way of working problem. So what I'm hearing from you is this problem will or may continue in current trip also, for which I have to use a servant leadership to solve it. Is it your thought process? Hemant, if you're unmuted or muted. So the problem here is you feel that, okay, he says that's a problem. Okay. Do anyone recognize what Hemant says is a problem? Where you have a host team following a non-working hours, and that should be a problem to be addressed right now using servant leadership. Do anyone feel like that?
Servant
I just
leadership
wanted
is
to add
fine,
in
but
this.
active listening is not really needed here. No, we want to. There are two factors here. No, servant leadership and active listening.
Ah.
So B qualifies for servant leadership maybe, but not active listening, I guess.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. How active listening is helping in the answer A? Any thought on that?
Here, um, the host team is not ready to come for the trainings, right? So we want
Ah.
to understand what is the problem there. So we need to let them talk. Like, what are the reasons they're not coming for the training exercises? So we need to
Hmm.
have the active listening there.
All right. I like that thought process. So Hemant and everyone here is the answer. After the last 10, 15, 20 minutes of discussion, now we got an answer. The purpose to take this answer such long is to show you that how a question should be understood. If you look at here, it is possible to understand why another team would be unwilling to do something, then seek a resolution. This is what you have to do. This you can do only by proper listening. What's the problem? There could be a valid reason, right? The training itself doesn't make sense, or the training should be done little later. Something has went wrong. Use empathy, understand from their perspective, and active listening to try, understand, and also inspire the host team with the use of servant leadership. When you say servant leadership, many places you become a person who be a front runner. Sometimes you sit with them to work with them, shadow with them. I think that's the thought process expected. Scheduling problems, adverse weather, and incomplete training need a practical technique. If you see here, from here, scheduling problem, adverse weather, and incomplete training need a practical, technical solutions. You have to sit and work on the solution part, whereas not on this leadership area. You may question back, Shri, for scheduling, for weather problem, also I need leadership. Yes, we need a leadership. I'm not denying that. But when you talk about servant leadership and active listening, answer one gets pretty more closer because someone is not collaborating. When someone is not collaborating, I have to just go and sit with them, have a cup of coffee, sit and talk what's happening. How can I help you? Other things also you can do, but not with a cup of coffee, right? But technically, you have to know what to do. When it's a scheduling problem, yeah, your network diagram is not good. Your backlog prioritization is not good. Something you have to work out. You talk about some adverse weather. Yeah, it's also a problem. Yeah, I can sit with a cup of coffee. But more than that, what is a risk management strategy? If a weather is going to go bad, am I prepared? Am I planned? So I think that's what PMI trying to see from you in this question. Even though all needs a servant leadership, but which is very specific. And this is the reason I say the question when you read who is being targeted, intensity of the question. Here the intensity is not super heavy. It is not a showstopper. But if you don't do this, chances are the problem repeats again, which means the team don't collaborate. And so it can be a problem. So watch out those factors. Now, after looking at the answer, people who said yay, you thought in this direction, what we see as answer here? Is it the way you saw that?
Yes.
Is it aligning? Okay.
Yes.
People went with other answer. I'm not saying that it's totally wrong, but do you have a different thought after seeing the answer? Is your thought is changing?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Shall we hit one more question? If your energy level is good, good energy.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go for
Yes.
one more question. Okay. Changing, Abdul. Okay, nice. All right. So one thing, don't take it for granted when the question is perfectly answered here doesn't mean we're able to answer all the question correctly. It's one of the question we're able to answer well. I appreciate it. If you don't answer well, it's completely fine. Now you start understanding how to read a question. Maybe some keyword doesn't spark for you. Yeah, that's a point.